Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It's Orb 26 or Brett here, and welcome back to Bendy and the Dark Revival. We're going to be checking out the archives. And by the way, I'm starting this video right after I beaten the game. Right after that video. Oh. Oh, the archives. Welcome to the archives. Bendy and the Dark Revival is filled with numerous characters that each had a critical role to play in the progression of the game. Here is the archives. You will learn a little bit more about them in an up-close and personal way. Feel free to explore. And exit. Oh. Oh, because we can't pause. Bendy, the iconic imp. Oh, so that's what he is. Was redesigned for the Dark Revival to stand out a bit from his traditional cartoon appearance by giving him a suit of clothes. He posed some minor challenges, specifically creating a face that sported the classic Bendy eerie smile, but still managed to be heartwarming in the right conditions. He is a fan favorite, so his design had to be just right. During production, we originally envisioned Bendy to talk with a series of cute squeaks to contrast the dark, low voice of the Ink Demon, but this turned out to be very distracting and the idea was scrapped pretty early on. Well, that's cool. By the way, I wish more games like Final Fantasy Security Breach had this. Ink Machine, designed by Thomas Connor of the Gent Corporation, stolen by Joey Drew, retrieved by Archgate, and once again reclaimed by Gent. The Ink Machine's next adventure is a mystery, so they are continuing. Bro, I'm going to be playing this next game. Then we have Wilson cartoon. Wilson was a difficult character to balance. At first, the players are purposefully led to believe he is a one-note character, obviously evil with an over-the-top villain personality, but as the story progresses, we see the other sides of the character, and the player becomes muddled with who this man really is. In one draft, Wilson was written as a servant of Nathan Arch, Jr., a separate character at the time, but the story made for more sense when the two characters became one, eliminating a lot of needless narrative complexity. Oh, that's good. Audrey cartoon. Audrey is a kind-hearted rogue and with courage and determination, some flaws, and a deep, dark past to make our story work. We needed a newcomer to the cartoon studio world, and Audrey was the perfect, fresh eyes to help. The experience and the the experience, the adventure from day one of production. We knew that if people didn't connect with Audrey by the end of the game itself wouldn't be successful. Fortunately, she turned out to be quite memorable indeed, and stands out from the other members of the cast. Yeah, definitely. I definitely did enjoy time with Audrey. She is a really likable character, really cool character, and is my my favorite character in the series. I say my like top 5 characters, not in any specific order, would have to be Audrey, Allison, the Ink Demon, and Lil Bendy, and Henry. I'm sorry I paired Bendy and the Ink Demon together. Porter, as the cycle was held in place and with the influence of the Ink Demon held at bay, the cartoon world was able to grow and advance, creating such characters as Porter, a lost one who came to claim a new identity as an elevator porter, or as an explorer, I mean. Porter was written with the knowledge that Dark Revival would feature a far more serious tone than the first game of Bendy and the Ink Machine, and his light-hearted innocence would help the player feel some warmth in this inky world of sorrow. Yeah, even though he was in it in it a little bit, it was like always like seeing him or um, Betty or Allison or Tom, anyone, or Henry, just seeing someone, and Joey, but seeing anyone who was like nice and was like not trying to kill us and was like kind and helpful. It was like those things in horror games are just so like relieving and like yeah, basically feel some warmth in Inky World of Sorrow. Heidi, I don't know. It is believed that Heidi has spent some time in the pit, a prison set up by Wilson and the Keepers. It is unclear why, but most likely she was able to access places she shouldn't have. The experience in the pit changed her, as it does many, reverting her into a childlike state, longing for happiness again. That's sad. Then we have the man himself, which is cool to see him at the end. Sammy Lawrence. The famous music composer of the studio, Sammy Lawrence, originally had a slightly larger role in the story of Dark Revival. Really? But in a story already filled with so many characters, making them all play a meaningful part became a challenge. He was ultimately sidelined in favor of telling a more coherent storyline, although it is interesting to note that Sammy Lawrence appears to have mastered the flow ability in Bendy and the Ink Machine long before Porter and Audrey could wield it. Wow. Oh, that makes sense though when we were fighting him in Bendy and the Ink Machine. Alice Angel, the self-appointed queen of the studio, Alice Angel is one of the most memorable faces in the Bendy world. Forever lost in a tide of insanity, she is an absolute delight to write for as a character. An angel with many layers, time will only tell if this inky temptress will even reappear. Ooh, I hope so, because she was really cool and really creepy. But I feel like she did have a good end in this. Lord Amok. Ruler of a sewer cult, Lord Amok illustrates how the world of the ink had continued to develop into different societies deep within the darkest places. Though he was a weak Though he was weak in a fight, his name will simply never die. Uh, so I'm not even, something do I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. The demented invention of Wilson, created to serve the dual purpose of dethroning the ink demon in the cartoon world, and also upstaging Joey Drew in the eyes of Wilson's father, Nathan Arch. Neither of these happen. Ship Ahoy Dudley is a mysterious sailor with his own eerie grin. Yeah, similar to that of Bendy, along with his sidekick Crackle the Crab. It is unknown just what kind of cartoon adventures they would have had together. King Widow. Ink widows have begun to infest the light it grows dark wait, where the light grows darkest. Their king, the biggest and most feared, will only emerge from his nest when its young are threatened. Then we got Lurker. The Lurker, or Steve as he became to be known, was originally created as a brute type enemy that would free roam, oh God, the way Lost Ones do. Thank God he doesn't. But ultimately felt unnecessary as a random ink demon encounters already fulfilled the role of putting the player on edge while exploring previous traverse locations. In the end, the Lurker found a much better calling as an unlikely ally, effectively expanding him into more than just a typical enemy. Well, that's cool because when I saw him, I thought he was like going to attack us, and I thought we'd have to deal with him. And I was like, okay, but I wanted to see what was on the other way, and that's how we found Heidi because I thought there was a collectible there, but no, we just found her, which is cool. I'll look at you last. Betty, a faithful maid among other things, to Wilson. I don't want to know what that means. Betty was an important character to the story of the Dark Revival. As a failed experiment and some relatively new to the cartoon studio, she was able to give a somewhat different point of view on the state of the world. We have purposefully left it unclear if Betty was in on Wilson's plot to harvest Audrey, or if she is just a bystander. Behind her mask, there are still answers to be found. So they're giving a good bit of hints that we'll see these characters again in a possible future game. Joey Drew Memory. The man, the legend, the memory. Creating this version of Joey Drew was both an exciting and daunting process. It was unclear from the start that this Joey would be different from the one wait would be different from the one from the original Bendy and the Ink Machine game. This was a man with all the guilt of from past life, but without the experience to fully understand it. The real Joey Drew made many mistakes, but ultimately learned from them. This doesn't absolve him of his sins, but at the end of his life, he was able to help correct some of them and help fight the darkness he created. It's nice. I like when characters end up redeeming themselves. Ooh, oh, definitely stepping. Oh, okay, this is cool. How the real characters are separate from the fake characters. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, Nathan Arch Sr. Nathan Arch was everything Joey Drew wasn't. He worked hard, built up from nothing, and never compromised his integrity. Joey had big dreams, but Nathan accomplished his own dreams. He and his wife Tessa raised a son with a much love with as much love and care as they could despite Nathan's career pressures. Sadly, his son did not share Nathan's natural talent for business and enterprise. Wilson, haunted by the impossible shadow of Nathan Arch, Wilson sought to achieve something that would make his father proud. By luck, he stumbled upon the ink machine and was able to become the cartoon world's new master. Holding the cycle in place, he continued his experiments, experiments that could not fully be realized until the ink demon was purged. However, unnaturally entering to and from the ink realm has taken a toll on Wilson's physical being, slowly robbing him of his health. Audrey, the unknowing daughter of an animation pioneer, Audrey has blocked out the memory of her past after losing her father, but his role in her life was not over. A talented animator and artist, her skills landed her a job at Archgate. Was it fate that led her to reunite with Joey Drew's machine, the machine of her birth, or was it planned? Ooh, I really hope, I'm really looking forward to seeing the future of the series. Okay, Cycle Breakers. Henry Stein, the original Cycle Breaker. Henry Stein is the ghost of a man who lost his purpose years ago. Once fueled with a finding to with a with finding a way to escape the tortures of the ink demon and finding his way home to his wife, Henry is now left with the cold reality of being a recreation of the person he thought he was, which damn, that's messed up. Saved as a special surprise for fans of the Bendy and the Ink Machine game, Henry was strictly omitted from all public discussion of the character during the entire production, which spanned several years. But Henry returned the very satisfying face reveal. Yeah, it was really cool to see him again. Allison, returning for another victory over the Ink Demon. Allison is always the voice of reason, a beacon of hope. Allison's design was carefully upgraded from the previous Bendy and the Ink Machine game to maintain her personality, but with more fidelity. The purpose of meeting Allison so early in the campaign was to introduce the player to a familiar face after the main introduction. At the start, Allison was able to serve as the motivating force for Audrey until the true plot kicked in later. Yeah, it was cool, and I, although I did wish to see her more and Tom more, and definitely Henry more, it was cool how they used them because it was because it could have turned to a situation where they pop up every now and then. It was just or pop up frequently, and it was just I guess they wanted that sense of didn't want you to feel safe a lot of the time. Tom is Allison's silent protector and the only Boris clone involved in the main story. Whereas Boris the Wolf, rumor has it that during the events of the game, Boris is experiencing a dark survival story of his own. I think it's that one side game with Boris. I think. I think. And then the Ink Demon. As the world of Dark Revival became more complex and established, we realized the Ink Demon's design needed a complete rethink to match our new tone, which definitely killed it. good job on everyone that worked on this game. Previous versions of his appearance looked absolutely silly when placed in the world alongside the other characters. No amount of creepy music or screen effects could conceal how out of place he looked. Which, yeah, thinking about it, seeing the Ink Demon in the first game, really, like, picturing him in this just doesn't fit. The Ink Demon needed to look different than everything else in the world and show a natural progression of the Ink Demon's evolution as Wilson held the cycle in place. Beast Bendy, returning for the climax of Dark Revival, Beast Bendy also was revisited with the mindset of making him far more powerful and beast-like. Traditionally, in most horror games, they tend to build a point where the main villain becomes a final form monster as a final boss. It's practically a trope. Our idea, what if you got to play as that final boss or final form instead? Yes, that was absolutely cool. Which, my god, this is just so freaking good. But yeah, just this is just amazing. I freaking loved it. Oh, wait, we missed something. Uh, the Butcher Gang. They're all the... And you're the new one. You scared the crap out of me. Barley or Barley? I don't know. Barley, Charlie, and Edgar, the three original members of the Butcher Gang, were formed from the Ink Machine. Ink Machine, deconstructed by Alice Angel for body parts, and bond together to stay alive with sneak attacks on their prey. In Dark Revival, we met an artificial fourth. We meet an artificial fourth member of the gang, Carly, the ghost girl. Although when you begin to examine her closely, Carly appears to be the only one with a shell, with perhaps someone inside. Wait, what? Yeah, she does. Okay. Okay, anything else that we missed? Audrey, saw her. We saw Sammy. Everyone else down there. Bendy, Ink Demon, Joey, Betty, Audrey, Henry, Allison, Tom, and yeah, and Benny and everything. Well, guys, that was it. Artist, rest, comfort for the overachiever. So, guys, this was welcome. So, yeah, this was boom. This was the archives. And it is so cool. I love when games do this, and I wish more did this. Like Scared Richard. But yeah, it's so amazing, and I love how they go in depth on all the characters, and it's like I said, in the last video, I can go on forever about that. So yeah, guys. Anyways, hopefully you all enjoyed. Definitely leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, and discover everything down below. Once again, if you've not tried this game yourself, not played it, go play it. Try it. What are you doing? Go play it. If you don't want to, watch me play it or watch like anyone else play it. Preferably me. No, me or someone else or whatever. Or if you want to watch multiple people or play it yourself or all of it. So yeah. Don't forget to if you want to join the Marvel Spider-Man 2 Digital Deluxe Edition giveaway for PS5 and the Finds Phrase Help Wanted 2 giveaway for PS5, which you need a PSVR 2, or if you want on Steam on PC, you need a VR that would be compatible with it, like a Quest 2 or something, or any type of Steam VR or anything, or any VR that can work on PC. So yeah, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.